Back a long time ago when I was the Chris Brogan, people would ask me all the time, what should I blog about? Because back then, blogging was what people were doing. But now we're making videos and we're doing photography. And so the question might be, what should I take photos about? It's amazing how people get kind of hung up on that when they start thinking, oh man, I gotta have a certain style, I have a certain theme, I have to sort of follow some very specific thing. I think I have a solution for you. So I'm gonna make some lunch, but I think I have a solution for you. So the question I'm gonna answer for you, and this is a guy who has published 10 books. I'm a New York Times best-selling author. I've done video. I've had a YouTube account since 2005, a different one than this one. And I have been out there making stuff for a long time. So let's do, what should I make photos and videos about? I've got some ideas for you. Now this isn't the most artistic shot I could do, but that's because I'm not doing this to be artistic. I'm like really making lunch while we're talking. Come on in, hang out with me. You know, when you ask the question, what should I make videos about? What you're saying, or what you're worried about, or make photography about, whatever. What you're worried about, if you can't come up with subject material, you're not exactly feeling inspired. I'm gonna give you the one word that changes it. I know you see so many videos like this where they make these promises. It's an easy word, connect. The word is connect. The thing you're looking to do through the creation of your material, besides work on your own art and your skills and your whatever, is you're working to connect, right? So you're not, you know, if you're a professional, then you're not looking to talk to me anyway. You're out there doing your thing. But if you're like me and you're kind of a hobbyist, making some photos and making some video or whatever, you're just trying to show that you like something and you want to maybe share it with other people who like that something, right? That's connecting. So it's a whole different formula than these people that are trying to follow the Instagram algorithm, all the other social networks or whatever. We're not going after them. We're going after people who like some of the stuff that you like. And I'll give you a real example from just the other day. Went out to Western Massachusetts for my other channel, my other show with Carrie O'Shea Gorgon. And we do this show called Play for Time. It's about doing, what can you do to stay engaged as you're getting a little older? Because, hey, I'm older. And the thing we did was we went out to this part of sort of nearly Western Mass. I think it counts as Western Mass, Montague, to this place called the Book Mill. And everybody knows it who's been out that way. And we went through Turner's Falls and Miller's Falls along Route 2. And we went out and we had a good time out there. And I took a couple of those photos and I put them up on Reddit. And I said, man, I haven't been out to Western Mass. I forgot how beautiful it is. Whoosh, tons of comments, tons of engagement, over 100 comments, a few hundred likes and stuff like that. Lots of engagement. And you know why? Because people who are from out there wanted to feel proud because I was telling them something good about where they're from. And people who weren't from out there, but maybe who had visited like me, wanted to tell me all the places that I missed now that I'm not there anymore. And a few other people were like, wow, that's so cool. I've never been there. Your photos make me want to go. I'm back to the one word, right? Connect. You know, one reason we like food videos, for instance, is because sometimes we want to see something that we also like to eat, and we are such tribal beings that we're like, oh, that's so cool, I eat that too. And sometimes it's because we like when we learn something new or try something new. And other times we connect over that sense of how would I do something if I were in this situation, right? So if we watch Beard Meets Food and we see Adam trying to eat 20 corn dogs within an hour, and we wonder, how many corn dogs could I possibly eat within an hour? Or we see Hot Ones and we think to ourselves what at least every male, I think, has always thought, how would I do with the gauntlet of death? I think women are smarter is why they don't think about it as much. Which, by the way, do you know who the best contestants are always on Hot Ones? Women. They're so much stronger than a dude. Rachel Ray raw dogged every single sauce. She wasn't eating, so she just poured the sauce into spoons and just had a spoon bit of sauce each single time. It was intense. Anyway, I digress. But that's connecting, right? Me making these photos of Western Massachusetts, I heard, hey, do you know what Carol's used to be before it became basically a glorified package store, which is what we sometimes call the stores in Massachusetts that sell mostly liquor and stuff like that. And I did not know. And I had this great time at this place called the Whistle Stop, and so many other people told me about their great time there. It's connecting, right? So maybe one better approach to going out and thinking of what you want to take for imagery is in connecting. What's kind of funny is look at this spaghetti here, and then look at this spaghetti over there. Oh, it's food imitating life. It's food imitating life.
Tedious, mediocre piece of Hollywood slop. It's spending a couple of hours slogging through some tedious, mediocre awards ceremony where Hollywood celebrities who flew in on private jets wearing $10,000 dresses preach to us about the evils of capitalism.
Do you want to know how all the bowls get behind me on these shots? Like that. I eat my lunch or my dinner or whatever watching YouTube, and I leave them back there. Hey, we are in the segment where I'm going to look at the photos that people sent me. I have some photos from Darren, from Laserwolf, or you could call him Justin. Either way, whatever makes you cheery. I have, let me just see, I have a couple more. Annabelle, and I have, said Darren. I feel like I have one more in here. Andrew, I have Andrew. So I am going to show some of these. We'll take a look at them, and then we'll talk about what you might want to send in next week if you want to play along. So Andrew did all kinds of nature type shots. Andrew put up a whole page, by the way, just for this challenge. So when you go to the site, I'll put the link in the description. If you go to the site, there are all kinds. There's all kinds early on of leaves and bushes and birds and nature kind of stuff. There's some real estate type shots. There's a couple of a car, probably Andrew's car, I'm guessing. There's a neat one I like of a bus station where someone left their umbrella out there. I imagine someone kind of had a pooey day after that. But I mean, who knows really? There's one of working on a jigsaw puzzle. There's a nice one of a padlock. Really like it. I like the variety in this case. They are what sometimes people call vernacular photos, and I think that that's exciting too. Vernacular, just, you know, kind of slice of life stuff. I love it. And I think there's such a cool variety here that there's just much to see. So go see the whole collection. There are many of them on the 30 days. And like I said, go to the link for Andrew down below and you'll see it right there. So that's Andrew. Annabelle sent very, very many wonderful, cute photos of a kitty. And I love that. And remember, I said the whole idea was basically, why don't you show me a collection of photos that you took? Try to take like 20 or so, and then show me one that wins. Annabelle sent, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 right away. And said that maybe number 11 is my favorite one, I think. Let's double check that. I think number 11 is the winning shot. What do you think? They're all straight out of the camera. I like to use older cameras that force me to overcome their limitations. So this was shot on a Fujifilm X20. So that's kind of cool. It's also nice. I like that you gave the camera that you used. Did Andrew? I forget. Let's see. Yeah, Canon 1D Mark II with a bunch of different older EF lenses. That's really neat. I really like the experience here. And then let's move on to, oh, I almost forgot Tim, because Tim sent me some a little while back, in which he's already doing a 365 photo project, and he said to me, hey, maybe I could just send some of these along. I love these. I love that they're all black and white. I think that was his plan for the 365, but oh man, some really nice, beautiful ones there. So I didn't want to forget Tim as well. These ones came from Dahlia, who is looking at using, I'm currently taking a course in Lightroom, but the pictures I'm sending haven't been touched. So they're part of the challenge. And so these are from out in California. Love it. I think it's so many beautiful things. 5 pics of different burnt and fallen logs. This was, I don't think it says what the thing, so Miss Doll D3593 is how you would find her out there in the world. Chaz sent me a photo back a couple weeks ago, and she had pointed out that, she didn't join the start of our 30-day challenge idea, but I said, hey, cool, let's include it anyway. So this is Chaz, who did a really neat one of an old bicycle that her dad used to ride this through the Uniroyal Tire Factory where he worked most of his life. I love it. This shot was super awesome because it came from my buddy Darren Rouse. Darren had the very successful old blog, Pro Blogger, way back in the day, and was just one of the most successful, famous bloggers in the world. And I met him through a mutual friend, Brian Clark, and I am just so excited. He's got a newsletter that he runs called Old Glass New Light, which is at Rouse, ROWSE.substack.com. Darren is a vintage lens fool, kind of like me. So I was so excited he took a moment to take some snaps. So let's see. This is a one winning shot out of a Sony A1 with a Yashica Yashinon 50mm f2. And Darren said, I started in the process into the sun down the street, hoping to get a little bit of nice golden flare and bokeh balls, but I just couldn't get it right. They were just washing out. So I turned 180 degrees around, shot in the opposite direction, meaning that the whole background was different. Everything was more like painterly. I love it. So check in with Darren. He's a fascinating guy. This is a great, I love this newsletter so much. He's just a good person. These are from Laser Wolf. What I love about him is how experimental a lot of them are. A bunch of these, I think he has an A6000, but I think most of these were all on the phone. And what I love about that is just some of the stuff he does, some of the edits he does are just so neat to me. So it's exciting to just sort of see how it works out. Laser Wolf also goes by Justin. These photos, let's see. I'm just trying to see. He used his LG wing. He's got a couple other things, S23 Ultra. So it's so interesting. What I like about these photos is just the variety, the experimentation, just some of the incredible colors. I mean, look at this, just nuts. And then some beautiful sunsets. You can be really kind of impressed by some of the stuff that Laser Wolf put together. So I almost forgot to share these. These are from Peak the Stack. And these came from our 30-day challenge and not the failure challenge, but I hadn't put them up yet and I almost forgot. And these are shot on a couple of different cameras, I think a Lumix and a Leica, and I just think they're beautiful and it's so up my alley. And in doing this project, by the way, I've come to realize something. I will probably mess up a bunch. And if I do, just let me know and I'll make corrections in a future video. It's not because I don't care. It's because I'm scatterbrained. I'm an old man. What can I say? Peek the stack. Look how awesome these are. Look again what this was. This is my thing, connecting. Connecting is, I think, a very powerful way to get some value out of what we're doing here. And so that's why I decided to do a little, hey, let's shoot some photos together. And we did it through the failure episode. And so a bunch of people came and shot, 20 shots that they thought could be a failure. And plus I had also had another group where, by the way, I failed at this. I said, hey, let's try a 30-day challenge. Even I didn't do the 30-day challenge. In fact, I forgot to show you kind of what I did do, which was a pile of selfies. I'll put some up. All right. So, one, thank you everyone for helping. Two, that was also a method of connecting. So then maybe let's do another challenge this time in this episode. Should we call them episodes? Let's do something in this episode where the challenge is to connect. And what the goal is however many photos you want to send, 2 or 3, talk to us about what these photos mean or how you want to use them for us to connect with each other, and see what you come up with. So it could be a place that you think a lot of people would appreciate. It could be the ritual of connecting over a drink. By the way, I'm drinking kind of a peach mango iced tea thing. It could be whatever way you think we're going to connect. That's our challenge. Just send them to me, chris@chrisbrogan.com. Make sure you subscribe so you can come back and check and see if you're in the episode. And as always, I love you. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you being here.